How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com and the YouTube channel at Chiefs Blitz. I'm your host, Nick Athan, and alongside me, Mr. Hense Todd, producer extraordinaire, my partner in this massive endeavor that we took on about 8 months ago, and it has been blowing up, and we've been having a great time. He is with Bowtie Sports. Check out his show every Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock Central Time at Bowtie Sports on YouTube. Those guys, he and Andre, have a good old time. Sometimes they let us come on as guests, but it's definitely a great show, and we appreciate all their efforts. So before we get started, we'll talk about our core. What's that?
Also, shout out Lou.
And Lou's got it. We'll let Lou talk about his show too as well when we jump out of this first commercial break. But first, we want to talk about our corporate sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. He is your trusted real estate advisor. He is my trusted real estate advisor, and he works with SunWest Real Estate Solutions. So if you're looking for someone who's going to take care of you and put you in a situation where you can find someone you can trust, who can manage the process of finding a house, if you're buying, going through all the closing stuff, going through all the back and forth with the realtors, somebody who has an extreme amount of patience and is always kind, and best yet, always answers the phone when you call. You need to give Eric Haynes a call right now. He is your super real estate agent. Give him a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor, Chief Who?
Absolutely. And we are joined by the senior member, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Coach Andre Tillman. And before we get started, Lou, please once again tell us about your show that you do each week.
Absolutely. Audio only, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, wherever. It's called Pros Like Us. We used to have a second show. You might have heard about it when we did the NFL draft, but that's a whole other ball game. But this one in particular, I didn't see Dre or Hense laugh on that, so that joke didn't land quite well. So anyway, let me back up.
It's all right. It's all right.
It is Pros Like Us. We talk pretty much anything in and around the NFL. Of course, I'm bringing the Chiefs flavor to it, much to the chagrin of my partner, who's constantly, calling me a homer. But we have a lot of fun. It's typically once a week. And like I said, you can check it out anywhere you get your podcast, and give us a like, give us a follow. Let me know what you think.
Also, we have an announcement that something we doing on Bowtie Sports. We branching off. We having something we creating with Coach Dre. It's gonna be called a Coach Dre Show. So if you go ahead and give a shout out to Coach Dre on TikTok, Instagram, all the stuff that you can have over there, we're gonna be bringing. We're gonna be talking a little stuff about what he'd like to talk about. It's gonna be about the Cardinals. Everybody here is like Cardinals fans. You can go there and on to the bird's nest and have fun with Coach Dre. So let's go on to this. Oh, you got anything to say about it?
I mean, of course, I got something to say about it. I'm gonna say something. Now, I'm talking about a lot of Arizona stuff, and I'm gonna be discussing golf, hockey, and a plethora of other interesting sports that a lot of people doesn't talk about. But your boy gonna talk about it. Shout out to Bowtie Sports and the Chiefs Blitz too as well. And what's the show called again? Lou, on your end?
pros like us.
And I caught the joke though, because a minute ago it was called, you know what? And so I caught the joke. So
Hence always
listen.
Hence is always giving me ideas for different titles. We went down a different path.
It will change constantly.
That was on the bow tie sports show, which again has a little different flavor to it.
Luke caught us off guard though. Luke caught us off guard with that one, man. I was like, it was pronounced wrongly, but Lou went
I did need to go with it. We rolled with it. I was on the couch that day, so it was a lot more relaxed, a little from the hip. Absolutely.
You was vibing, Lou.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
You was vibing. That's right.
Saturday afternoon on the couch.
Saturday with the O's, huh? Let's get it.
We want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching, man. And continue to share. Continue to if you're new to us, guys. This is what we do. Nick, you know, we got in contact. We created.
Absolutely.
You know, he came to me about the Chiefs Blitz, and we teamed up together and got this done. And this is where we see today. And also shout out Mango, the man of the hour.
Mango's the man.
The true man behind the scenes. All the graphics you see at Twitter, Facebook.
That's right.
The retweets, everything. That's his creation. The show changes, the images. I mean, he's been a tremendous addition. Major props to him. And as we get ready for mini camps and a little lull, and then training camp's going to be here before we know it, guys. The end of July or third week of July, because the Chiefs open the season.
Mango's a beast, though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Mango's a beast, man. Hey, shout out to Bowtie. Bowtie is really giving that boy some good hints and tips, man. I'll tell you that, man.
Yeah,
you know. What'd you say, Lou?
Social media maven.
Yeah, he is.
That's who he is.
Hey, he is that. He's great. So, Mango, we appreciate all of your efforts. You work tirelessly, and we appreciate it. And obviously, this week there's a little bit of news with the Chiefs. On Wednesday, our friend Adam Schefter reported that Zay Jones was going to be in Kansas City on Thursday. That did happen. It is my understanding he is still in Kansas City. And last night he may or may not have dinner with probably one of the most prominent members of the Kansas City Chiefs. But all signs point that there's a possibility that this happens. And I think, I'm kind of torn. He's 29. He kind of has the length and the size of Rashee Rice, so it kind of makes sense if Rice is suspended. And we'll get into the latest Rice thing here in a little bit, but we're not going to start the show there. But for me, Jones is a complimentary piece, but, that means Kadarius Toney. That means Sky Moore. The kid they signed from Villanova, whose name is escaping me, is an undrafted free agent this past week. He's really talented as well. So they're going to have a lot of competition at the wide receiver position.
J.A.A.Ron.
Yes.
Hayek.
He's very good. I didn't realize he wasn't drafted until the Chiefs invited him for a workout. And the Chiefs were so impressed with him that they signed him to a contract. So, listen, I think the Chiefs, they kicked the tires on Tyler Boyd. Reportedly, they made a run at DK Metcalf. Jones would be a nice consolation prize. I still would rather have Renfro. But, I'm not going to – if this is what Veach and Mahomes want and Jones wants to come to Kansas City now, I have been told he did get a contract offer from the Dallas Cowboys, and he said no, he wants to visit the Chiefs. So it appears to me it's the Chiefs or the Cowboys at this point. And if Mahomes is involved and Mahomes wants Jones, then he'll sign. If there's still some concern, what he can contribute and who's going to be the casualty at the wide receiver position, then, maybe that puts a snag in it. But again, I'm not really for or against, not to be wishy-washy. I think he's a good complimentary player. I think he's good insurance for Rashee Rice. And if the price is, $3-4 million with a couple of bucks for some incentives, I would assume Jones would rather come to Kansas City than go to the Cowboys. That's just me.
So we talked about Tyler Boyd, and for this show, I was just thinking about the two players and digging a little bit deeper. You see that it's almost the same guy, about the same age. I think Zay just turned 29. Tyler will be 30 in November. Both had amazingly productive college careers. I think Zay still has the overall lead, Division I, for most receptions for a career. Over 4 years, he had nearly 400 receptions. And in 1 year, one season in college, listen to this, 158 receptions, which is the single season record. So again, that doesn't really tell us anything moving forward, but you've seen what he is with Buffalo, with the Raiders, then with Jacksonville. He put up his best numbers the year before Ridley got there. He's a move the chains guy, right? Big bodied. I mean, you don't want to compare him to Juju, but I think that would be the role for him. He's not going to take this offense to another level. He's not, this big wow signing. He hit free agency late. He didn't get cut, I think, until after the draft. Mm-hmm. He just became available. So again, if you like Tyler Boyd, I think you really like Zay Jones, and he has an opportunity, at this stage of his career to play with the best quarterback in the league. And in some people's minds, the best quarterback ever. So why wouldn't you take the trip? Why wouldn't you, sit down and have dinner with him to see what his role would be? Right. I think this would be a good move. If you guys have been keeping track, and if you haven't, check out at Chiefs Blitz, the 0 to 60s that I do time to time.
0 to 60.
He can really help that room, because everybody you look at there is a very young receiver. He would be the elder statesman. He would be the pros pro. He could be the guy that kind of settles them down, if you would, when, there's drop passes and everybody's, over scrutinizing them. So I think this would be a good signing for them if they get him. Again, it's probably going to be just above the veteran minimum. I don't think it's going to be much more than that. Like Nick said, maybe 3 or 4 million. I think even that's probably on the high side right now. I think for Zay, it's just more so the fit, and of course, the opportunity to play with a team that's searching for an identity for that receiver room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously in the comments, they like what you're saying. Ruben, Lou, you're the best ever. Preach ya. I don't know. What are we calling this person?
Bingus.
What's that?
Bingus.
Okay. Bingus. I agree with you, Lou.
Bingus.
As I was watching,
I think I just got a fan club. This is cool.
You got a fan club of 2.
I think 2 people.
Everybody's waiting on the sweet loose sauce. They going
sweet loose.
Sweet Lou barbecue mango sauce. They wait.
Not so sweet for the sucker.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, sweet on the sucker, man.
But again, I was up watching Zay Jones highlights. I remember that he had a good game against Snead. He had a good game against McDuffie also. Mm-hmm. The guy is a big body. He's like 6'1", 201, maybe 205 at playing weight. But I like to say 6'2" with cleats. His cleats add 2 more inches. Right. Jones 6'2". But again, if the Chiefs do sign him, that would be a great veteran to the locker room.
Yeah, he's a fit.
So he'll be a fit. He came
Definitely.
to the Jags. He already know the system. Doug Peterson runs the same system that Andy Reid runs over here. A little different, but a little bit the same. You know what I mean? Because the same came from the same offense. So
doesn't have the same results in the end. That's all.
It's just to me, just adding veteran leadership. That's all. Veteran leadership. A guy that can catch. A guy that can catch. Veteran leadership and a guy that can catch.
We'll see, man. We'll see what he can do on the Kansas City Chiefs roster. There'll be a great pickup for the Chiefs. Will he want number 11? I would say retired number 11 because number 11
it's not a good number to have for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Alex Smith was 11, wasn't he?
He certainly was. Yeah.
I mean,
I think that was his number with Buffalo. So maybe that's what Mango was thinking.
I speaking of Alex, just to completely turn the corner here, I was reading a post today. I can't remember who said it.
Yeah.
But they started talking about Alex Smith, and they said, if Alex Smith had the defense the Chiefs have had the last 2 years, would he have won both Super Bowls?
Absolutely.
And I think so, too. I agree with you, Andre. I think he definitely would have won both Super Bowls. No question.
Yeah.
The real question is, would he gotten them to the 2 Super Bowls? I think that's the thing. Is
that was not the question proposed.
Right. Come on, we not.
All right, if you want to split hairs, you got to get there to win the game.
All right,
you got to get there to win the game. The only thing is with Alex, you just never knew if in a game like against the Texans, where they got down 24-zip, would he have the ability to bring them back? In my mind, he did, but it was never. In the playoffs, he always had just like these hiccups, like just these weird things would happen, whether it was against the Colts, the Titans, and it was like, big lead, and then all of a sudden they crapped the bed.
But was it on him, or was it the defense though? The defense was allowing the other team to score on them, like key third down plays. It was the defense. It wasn't Alex Smith.
Right. Oh, I understand, but at a certain point, then you got to punch back, and they didn't. So
yeah. No, that's the thing. I'm just talking about if. Against the Super Bowl opponents, could Alex Smith have won those games?
Could he? Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Does that mean he would have? Maybe he splits them.
He's the ultimate game manager, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and Andy built a great offense with Alex, and he built a super offense with Patrick. And the good offense did pretty good. They just crapped in their pants sometimes in the postseason, and the Titans lost.
Yeah, that's
Revis, all he's do is catch the ball, and he knocks it right into the quarterback's hand, and that was the game winner. The Derek Johnson, quote unquote, non-fumble, roughing the passer was just a bunch of crap. So, listen, it's all crazy, but at the end of the day, I think Alex would have been just fine.
There you go, Ruben. Smith is a smart quarterback, and like I said, he got the job done. If Hense the one he crumbled on. You know what I'm talking about, Hense. We're not talking about that game where you just lost all hope. You remember that game against the Colts?
Tennessee game. No, it was a Tennessee game for me.
The Colts game. That was not Alex Smith's fault.
It wasn't the Andrew Luck game. It wasn't the Andrew Luck game.
No.
The Andrew Luck game was crazy, wasn't it? That was a crazy game, wasn't it?
They scored plenty of points that day.
That game was all on the defense. It was all on defensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying.
Was prevent defense. They stopped playing. You watch the film in the third and fourth quarter, and that defense with that big lead didn't play anywhere near as hard.
I was disappointed. I was like, because the Chiefs was rolling. I said, man, Alex Smith looked good. The running game was looking good. It was like injuries after injuries after injuries. Now they're going to back up.
Charles got hurt. Like
they lost Charles. They would have won that game had Charles still been there.
Quarter.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think they were going to play the Patriots the next week, and I think they would have given the Patriots a run for that money that year.
Almost definitely.
I think that offense was so good, but that defense, they just flat out didn't. They just didn't try as hard. And one mistake compounded, and Eric Berry has a chance to get the fumble, and it goes right back into the quarterback's hands, and he scores a touchdown. And I'm just like,
ironically, his name was Luck.
Yeah, Andrew Luck. And that was one of Andrew's best games of his career too. That second half comeback was impressive. But the Chiefs defense, Bob Sutton was so bad.
Johnny Avery went down. Chris Jones went down. Now Davis went down. Everybody was going down. It was like, okay, now what did the Chiefs go from here? You ain't got nobody, so it played a big role, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Mills, man, on that one.
For me, it was Alex Smith was at the Tennessee game. He couldn't go down there and score a touchdown. All we needed was some points on the board. He couldn't go down there and put no points on the board. I was screaming at the TV, put in Mahomes. Put him in. Let the bed go in here. See what we got. We got about anyway.
I don't think Patrick might have been at Texas Tech at the time, but
that was against the Titans. Yeah, that was his rookie year.
Yeah, it was his rookie year.
Where Kelsey got hurt at halftime.
Oh,
going into half, right at the end. He didn't play the second half.
It was his rookie year, sir. It was his rookie year.
But Alex Smith was like, yo, like game manager at his peak. Like he did everything he was supposed to do. Man. Everybody was so like in the ooh-ah over Mahomes' arm, which was great. Mahomes came and can't see what they never had, right, with the arm. But you can't take away the IQ of Alex Smith, though.
Yeah. And Harry Mills mentioned it. Indy was blitzing and singling up outside. Avery was beating them. Avery had a killer game that day.
He did.
They lost their deep threat, and the rest was history. And it's just, it it's just one of those games, and that kind of extended the word about Andy Reid and not being able to be that guy in the postseason, and he can't win, and the next year they get the Titans, and then Patrick Mahomes comes in and you can't do no wrong. So of course having somebody like that, certainly helps.
MVP.
Not going out on a limb here, but this, like you said, this defense was, I mean, the talent level is much greater than it was.
Of course it is.
Overall.
Definitely.
There was a couple. I mean, obviously you had Derek Johnson, Eric Berry. You had some great players, but as a group, as a unit, this team is just so much more.
Justin Houston, Tom Bahali. I mean, there was some talent there.
Built for speed. Yeah. Well, the defensive backfield, I think, mostly would be the biggest difference with this team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of the team built for speed, I know everybody loves Zay Jones on the team, but one guy that I agree with, that I would bring back is Nico Hartman.
Oh, heck no.
I said it for the longest. I will bring this guy back. Give him a second chance. Why not? You have Nico Hartman, Hollywood Brown. You have Xavier Worthy. Then you have Justin Ross, man, that's the big body receiver until they figure out what She Rice is going to do. Then you have Wally and Travis Kelce. Why not? Why not?
Man, why not? I'll tell you why not. It's him, his demeanor. His demeanor is like, what can he bring to the table besides speed?
No, I mean, he brings.
I mean, come on, guys. What can he bring to the table besides speed? Can he catch? Is he consistent? Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? I'm just saying.
He can certainly do all those things, but I don't think you signed McColl unless you were sure he's going to make the roster.
Come on, man.
So this is a training camp after first preseason kind of thing for me, that they would consider. I mean, if they sign Jones, and at press time of the show, we still don't know, other than we believe he's still in Kansas City and continues to have conversations with the Chiefs organization. But for me, listen, I like Hardman. I didn't care for the fumbles, that he had in the postseason, but he made the biggest catch when he had to. And I say catching a ball when you're wide open is a heck of a lot harder than the 50-yard catch he made. One with two defenders sandwiched in the middle. He was in the middle, and he was able to make that catch. So the Chiefs are loading up at the wide receiver position, kind of like they did last year, but now with the addition of Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy, and if Rice gets his act together and gets on the field, that's a pretty good trio. And then who you get, you guys still got Justin Watson, who's probably their best overall receiver, from route running, understanding the offense, not making tough catches on third down, extending drives. He's that guy. And then you've got Tony and Sky Moore, and a lot of people are saying give up on Sky Moore after 2 years, and I think that would be a stupid thing.
I agree.
I think the kid's got talent. I think they're just using him wrong.
I agree.
They tried to make him another McCole Hardman, and he's just not that guy.
Yeah.
And it's put him in the slot, let him work his over the middle routes and his crossing routes, and he'll be just fine. So
put him in running back.
So the greatest offensive coach, I don't know, in the millennium, in forever, and he's using the guy wrong. I don't know.
I don't think he's an outside receiver.
I mean, he's not an outside receiver. Good point. He's not an outside receiver. He's more the inside.
Well, he isn't, and I don't know that he's ever lined up outside and they're having him run go routes. He's typically running stuff underneath or throwing him screens and that kind of thing. With him, I think it's just his confidence, right? And like I've always said, is when you're building this receiver team, receiving core, primarily you look at almost like a basketball team. If you know what McColl is, you bring him in, you're kind of duplicating efforts. You've spent a first round pick on a speed receiver.
Never run out of gas.
You had your biggest I guess free agent signing of the year, and again, it wasn't a ton of money, but that was kind of their main target. They get him, so you're really kind of duplicating efforts if you bring back McColl. So that's just overkill, and I don't know really how much field time or how many reps he's going to get, right? So at this point, looking at the room that the
I
body
agree, Mills.
type, the type of player
Definitely.
that Zay Jones is, that's who you're looking at. Tyler Boyd, Zay Jones, that type of guy. So
Right.
you can bring back McCall, but he's really not going to improve the room, so to speak. I mean, he would be like 5th or 6th, and in case a bunch of guys got hurt, then maybe you'd see him play.
That's what it's going to be. The NASCAR
man, a guy that can't stare right. Man, where's he going though? NASCAR package. A NASCAR package. Okay.
If you got speed, your defensive offenders better be backing up all day.
He better catch
all day.
Well,
Hey, one man get tired.
He better
horse,
catch, man.
Hey, one horse get tired, you put in the other horse, and we're gonna keep running.
This horse been beat up and dinged up, man. I don't trust this horse.
Yeah, he's a little dinged up.
I don't trust this horse, man. I mean, you stop it. You stop it. You stop it.
Nah, put him in jail. Anyway, Harry Mills makes a good point. Hardman's more value to Kansas City. We just need the threat and occasional completion down the field to eke out some wins. Other teams need a workhorse, and he's not that. He couldn't even get on the field with the Jets, and for a lot of reasons, it didn't have a lot to do with just him. Yeah. But and Harry, I'll bring in it today. I agree, Moore could be deadly catching passes out of the breaks.
Definitely.
So again, this is the Chiefs learned a lot last year about Moore, and they learned a lot about Tony, and they still have him. If they didn't want him or didn't think they could turn him around, they probably wouldn't be on the roster. Nor, on the flip side, that's probably why they're kicking the tires on Zay Jones. I mean, if you're gonna bring a guy like McCole Hardman back, and get Hunter Renfrow, he's a better receiver.
That's your guy,
for
Nick.
what they need.
And he is. Hey, I like that. No. Bring that boy in. Bring that.
Yeah. Well, and also with Moore and Tony, you have another year of cheap labor. So
exactly.
there's no way they're getting pushed out the door at this point. So
definitely not.
Well, Tony will be a free agent.
Yeah, and we've said it, all leading up to today, and we'll keep saying it, is those guys are on notice. I mean, this is it. I mean, it was kind of it last year, but now this is definitely it. Now, do they bring either of them back? Let's see how they progress first. Right. But there's a slim chance that one comes back. Yeah, probably not both.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see. Again, a lot of it's going to be determined on if they sign Zay Jones or not. That's going to pretty much tell them. I think they've got
a chats. Zay,
what's that?
I said, put in the chat Zay or Harmon. Bring both of them. I say bring both of them.
No, they don't got room for
that. Where he go? What are you talking about?
You got to give
play the tone. Play the tone for both.
You got to give Remigio an opportunity. He was really good.
Wide receivers. Let's just have 10 of them.
I don't think the Chiefs will carry more than 6 wide receivers this year.
I know it's too many receivers, guys. I mean, how more do y'all want? It's too many receivers. We got to dissect. Let me have their chance, man.
You don't want more of these. They drop more of these balls. I'm just telling you.
More competition. Raise the bar, man. That's what,
they
need to do.
Okay, well, yeah, I get that. Hey,
not more guys. Just elevate your play.
Where's the catch machine at? Where's the catch machine at, man? Let's see all these guys catch the ball consistently. Let's do that. Put them all in the line. Let's see all these guys. Can they catch the ball? Like, have a route tree drill. Everybody do route tree drills, man. I want to see, can these guys catch the ball? That's it.
I don't know. Let's hope most of the receivers know what a route tree drill is. But
shots fired. Hey, he ain't lying though. He ain't lying. Shoot, I'm tired of that.
Hey, I just vote him back. Like, hey, if not,
you want this old family Tom Huckleberry. I know my home sweet feeling. Go on with that. This ain't Pop Warner. This ain't Pop Warner. This ain't no Pop Warner, man.
I won't bring him.
He want to have a family affair. Man, go on with the nonsense, man.
Hey,
but honestly, though, get Scott Moore a chance. This guy, y'all know my guy.
He's gonna get his chance.
Nah, Ross need his chance, man.
Ross is the odd man already
Ruben
out.
said Moore looked lost. He said Moore.
I don't know, Ruben. Give more. Give him some time in the slot. Give him some time in the slot, and then we'll talk about it.
How much time do you need?
All the time. All the time. Give me all the reps.
All
the reps, man.
But yeah, man. If a lot of people said Zay Jones, I would bring both of them. Just whoever lose, you lose. You lose in the battle, you lose in the battle. one number. If I
Yes,
draft
compete,
round
man.
first,
Compete.
I'm bringing all competition.
Come on, compete, man. Look, guys, all I know, all I'm saying is I want these guys to compete, man. Who can Mahomes trust? Who can Mahomes trust for real?
Yeah.
Right? That's finally a guy that Mahomes can trust because some of them games, Scott Moore did look lost in one game because it was his first time dealing with Mahomes under pressure. Mahomes was scrambling. He was a little lost. Now, I get that because it's new. It's something new. Just got more chance in the slot again. Let that man eat in the slot again. Then I will make my assumptions then.
All right.
4 time in the slot. 4
Hold
times.
on. What the Chiefs Blitz say? What is it?
He is stating the Chiefs are nearing completion of signing this week's Sucker of the Week per Adam. I have not seen that yet, so I'm searching.
Adam,
Have
the show.
you seen that? Because we do have the Sucker of the Week, and we about to bring him in after the sponsor. Go ahead and hear
I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Go ahead, give us a look.
I would talk again about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. He is your trusted real estate advisor. He's part of the SunWest Real Estate Advisors team in Kansas City. If you're looking for someone who can walk you through the entire process of buying a house, from finding a house to getting your keys, and all the madness that goes on in between, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. Email him at esaleskc@gmail.com. He's a good dude. He always answers the phone. He's always smiling, and he'll do whatever it takes to make sure if you're selling a house, you get your price. And if you're buying a house, you get the house that you really, really want. So give Eric Haynes a call today at 816-729-3785 or esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Whatever, Kareem. Is it Drake on dominate Sucker of the Week?
There's a rumor in the Chiefs Blitz Kingdom community, whatever, that Nick somehow remarkably misses Chief Who 2 weeks in a row. Is he ducking Chief Who?
There goes Skillet.
I don't know, man. I don't. I mean, is Kareem in your head? What's happening here,
so.
Nick?
I guess so.
Coincidence? I think not.
Oh,
explain, Nick. Explain.
I don't have an answer.
You don't have an answer.
I'm going to be speechless for the first time in the show.
He's ducking.
Mark it, May 10th, 12:43 p.m. on a Friday.
Book it, May 10th. Book it.
But again, man, speaking of Sucker of the Week, there's a lot of people been nominated. A lot of people, we've been thrown in, into the group chat. Everybody let us know who they wanted for the Sucker of the Week. So in the chat, who do y'all think it is? Let us know.
710.
Who y'all think it is?
Mr. 710, man. I'm telling you.
Who do we have as nominees so far?
You suck. Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
Ouch!
Oh,
Look at that.
Oh, y'all funny.
Was that your Match.com cover shot?
Absolutely.
There? Or
Absolutely. That's a good shot too.
Tinder, maybe.
Suck.
You put that bottle on your head, your numbers are going to go way up.
I'm trying to tell you.
Pretty good balancing act
I'm
with the bottle.
I'm trying to tell you. Guys, listen, I'm Mr. 1710, man. Not 17, 710.
Now, if you guys want to use that graphic on the new show, just send me a release.
Nice. Well played.
Oh, Sucker of the Week. Whatever.
Oh my God. Sweet Lou's mango sauce. I love it. All right, Vinny, man. We're gonna come up with. You're gonna have to make. we're gonna have to make this sauce, man.
Hey, real. Hey, where is he at, man?
Sweet Lou's mango.
So if anybody out there wants to sponsor this segment, I put my name on it. Obviously, I'm paid for that, man. But hey, if you want to get your own little bottle of mango sauce on there, let's do it.
Hey, shout out Mango. Shout out to you, Mango. I love it, man.
You feeling sorry for yourself?
We are open for business.
That's my mug shot, guys. That's my mug shot.
So
Hey, no, pretty creative though. I love it though. Hey, I like sucker of the week. I do.
We try not to take ourselves too seriously here. We don't want to overanalyze anything. We just like to have a good time.
The voting was done in complete secrecy.
Yeah.
It was. I can tell. I didn't have
a vote. I didn't have a vote. And I'm the host.
Whatever. Whatever. No,
Mango said they want Drake. Kareem said they want. They wanted Drake. There's a lot of people that want Drake.
I ain't gonna be too much of a sucker come this season with OBJ, man. 7-10.
He said 7-10.
7-10.
He said
7-10.
Yeah, every time.
Kareem said unanimous.
I think of bowling.
It was bowling number 17.
Change it up a little bit.
I got you.
So Drake, so what you got to say about your of you being sucker of the week?
I think it was an honor.
What you got to say to the people the honor?
I think it was an honor to be sucker of the week because I broke it in, of the week to be that sucker of the week. It's an honor, it's a privilege for me to represent a guy that is going to have a breakout game,
especially the first
season. Breakout season,
first one ever.
So I'm kind of excited to be. The first one to get it. So again, guys, appreciate it though. I'm gonna accept this with honor and a privilege, man. It's a privilege. Now remember, OBJ, man, 7-10.
Gotta get that graphic. We gotta get that graphic ready. All right, I'll do
it. Sucker of the whatever. Good deal though. Good deal, man. I love it.
But it's a lot of people that could have been nominated. So who you had that you wanted to get nominated?
I did it the day we talked about it. Was Patrick Beverly. The NBA finally spoke. Well, a couple of different things. He's getting interviewed by a woman from ESPN.
I seen that.
He was being interviewed. It was post-game presser, and she comes in with a question. He turns to her and says, "Do you subscribe to my podcast?" She says no, and he's like, "Next question." So he kind of dissed her. And then during the game, he threw the ball twice at a fan. Luckily, she caught it and threw it back, and he threw it again. So come on now.
My sucker of the week was Haney, man. If y'all familiar with boxing, I know everybody in the comments should know. Haney, to me, it was a rumor about Ryan Garcia taking meds, right? And the found out it was false, right? So he told everybody on that same day they found out, said, "I feel like he was trying to hurt me in a sense," right? I said, "Nah, bro, you just got your butt kicked. You got your butt kicked." So again, to me, he's sucker of the week because he tried to use that accusation on the fact that he lost against Ryan Garcia. So I would take Haney all day. Haney's a clown. You're right, Ruben. Yeah, man. So I had to go with Haney for my sucker of the week, man.
My sucker of the week, I voted in Drake, man, because he came on and talking about he talking about OBJ gonna have 700 yards, 10 touchdowns,
17.
7-10 himself.
Mr.
So
7-10.
That's why I nominated. And Kareem agreed with me. I think who else? Freeway agreed with me. It was who else put you in that box? Sam.
I think 85% of the people did.
85%.
I think 85% of the people did.
85% of the people put you in that box, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but again, if you had to nominate anybody, Nick, who would have it been? It'll be Joe Burrow coming back from practice.
Joe Burrow do a better pass than Mahomes.
No. It wouldn't be Joe Burrow. It would be I don't know. I'm just gonna say Aaron Rodgers because I don't have a better one. That's it.
Straight up Aaron Rodgers.
Most overrated quarterback.
So just in general.
Most overrated quarterback the last year and a half. There you go.
Hey, Kelly's got an interesting question. You want to throw that up there, Hense? Can you do that?
Let's do it.
Who's your favorite undrafted free agent the Chiefs signed?
Ooh.
You guys all seem to love Curtis Jacobs.
Yeah, Curtis Jacobs for me, no question.
For me, it had to be looking back, and if he had a better quarterback, it'd be Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson, number 12, wide receiver for the Chiefs, undrafted free agent. I had to go.
Okay, so you're going historical.
You're going historical.
I think Kelly might mean again. You can clarify this if you will, Kelly. Does that mean like this year?
You know who I think the greatest one is? Dan Saleamua.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like.
Yeah. Okay, Kelly. If we're going way back,
I think
definitely.
Kelly means like today,
Yeah.
like this.
This one, I'm all in on Jacobs. I think Jacobs will be starting for this team not this season, but next year.
Jacobs.
Yeah. The sneaky one for me is the corner from Utah. I can't remember his first name right now. Last name is Battle. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 200 pounds.
Yep.
A little bit raw, but he's got all the physical skills. Reminds me a little bit of Joshua Williams. I don't know that he makes the team. Could certainly be a practice squad guy if they really see him as a project, and maybe in a couple of years he can be a big contributor. But I think he's got a shot for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they got 4, 5, 6 guys that have a legitimate shot at making this roster, and that's going to push the pay scale down a little bit and give them even more cap room than they have now, because they'll be cutting some veterans, that's for sure.
And as we still wait on this NFL schedule release,
Tuesday, right?
It's supposed to be Tuesday. I'm hearing Tuesday.
Are we going live? Are we going live Tuesday?
Yeah, you know they got the. They make it a big deal now because you know the Chargers always win for me. The Chargers always win the opening or the schedule release. They schedule release is not like nobody else's. I've seen theirs.
Their social media team is
their social media.
Yeah, I think theirs always win. So if you had to choose one, who's the runner up after that? Maybe the Cowboys. You know, because he always has.
I couldn't even say. I'll just say the Chiefs because I'm a homer.
Yeah. Hey, Nick. Hey, Lou said that earlier in the show. He said he's a homer. My guy on the show, I'm a homer. So you know how Lou gonna. Hey, Chiefs.
Oh, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns had the animation thing. It was a wrestling thing. They had.
Yeah, the Bengals was pretty good too.
Yeah,
the Bengals the Bengals one was pretty good too. I thought with the mayor and Orlando Brown Jr.
You mean the jabroni?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. So, I guess we're being corrected.
So the schedule release is on
Wednesday the 15th.
There you go.
So we may do our Wednesday show at night, so we can correlate with the information that comes live, and we can break down the schedule right away, which I think would be a lot of fun to do, because that is actually my favorite off-season thing. Is once the schedule comes out to predict what the Chiefs
Nick at Night.
Nick at Night. What their record is. So, all right, sounds good.
But again, looking at that, if I had to choose one, it'd be the Chargers and the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
they social media team kicking butt. I feel like there was but the Chargers always had hidden gems in there. Like they had
for those two teams, that's their Super Bowl night. So of course they got to do a good job.
They do a good job now.
The rest of the season, just to
I just hoping our social media team over there, the Chiefs Arrowhead one Arrowhead problem. I feel like we got it. I feel like we get it. We step it up.
But we don't need that shtick, man. We're the Chiefs. Maybe we're back-to-back Super Bowl champions. We look at the schedule and say,
social media team has to step it up. Mango,
here
the challenge.
The
challenge has been dropped.
Right.
When the schedule releases, you got to come up with something special. Let's go.
Yeah, no, he
will.
I
mean, that's the only time the Chiefs does get defeated.
You already know that. You know the Chargers going to have.
Well, the Chargers got to win something though. The Chargers got to win something though. They got to win something, man.
You know the Chargers are going to have. You know they're going to
khakis, tucked in sweatshirts. Yep.
I know you said we'll bring in Rashid Rice later, but I know they're going to use that. I know they're going to use it.
Sure they are.
They're going to do some animation with that and try to use it. I know they are.
They will. See, here's the difference for Chiefs fans who are secure. The Chiefs fans, when the schedule come out, look at two things. One, how many primetime games do they have?
Yeah.
And when's the bye week so they get schedule time with their family? That's it. We don't care. We don't care who we're playing. We don't care about the opener. We already know the opponents. So at the end of the day, we don't need all that hype, unless the Chiefs play 3 games on the road back to back to back, then we kind of question the schedule makers a little bit. Or if they have more away games on national TV, we get nitpicky a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's all we care about. When's the bye week and how many primetime games do we have? And that's it.
Absolutely.
The Chargers, Everything matters right now. Everything matters right now.
And when I see the number of primetime games and national games, I keep questioning why I keep buying the NFL ticket.
I feel like soon. YouTube's got a discount.
I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with me, but I feel like the open game is going to be, the kickoff the season. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Chargers. I feel like it's going to be Jim Harbaugh.
I don't know.
Andy Reid, he's coming back.
Is that going to be the thriller? Is that a thriller though?
Both coaches coming off a championship win, coming off a college.
Well, regardless of who the coach has been, the games are always close, it seems like. So from that perspective, it would. It just seems to me, I think we talked about it on Wednesday, was that they typically won't do like a divisional game right off the top. There might be like one during the course of the opening weekend, but typically they're non-divisional games,
right?
So I think it would be great. I mean, obviously you get Harbaugh back in the league, get him on TV right away. Sure.
Chiefs and Bengals.
Yeah,
games are always tight.
No.
Yeah, give us the Bengals. Let's go.
Chiefs and Bengals, man. Let's go, man.
No, CBS won't give out that game. No, CBS, NBC are going to fight over what the opening game is, because if it's an AFC matchup, then they're going to want,
and that's
they're going to want this down
probably,
the road.
And that's probably why it'll be the Saints or the Bucks, because those are the only two NFC teams coming to Arrowhead.
So also a question. We have a question here. Kareem said, "Who's your favorite to win?"
Kelly.
It's Kelly.
Joe Burrow's in your head.
I didn't hear it. Joe Burrow. What we talk about here, sir?
No. Let's answer your question.
Who's your favorite to win that third spot for the running back? That person may not be on the roster right now. Yeah. If you're just looking at the people on the roster, I got a sneaking suspicion Jet McKinnon comes back.
Nah,
I just don't see any of these guys filling that role.
What? It's a lot of guys on this roster that.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that were undrafted, and we raved, or at least a lot of people were raving about Deneric Prince was going to be that guy, and he was the steal of the UDFAs, and he barely got on the field. So we can get excited about these undrafted players and whatever, but their chances of making the team and then being significant contributors are very
I'm going to go with
low.
Carson Steele. I think he'll be the third back.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the kid from TCU will be number 2, and Carson Steele will be number 3.
Training camp is everything, fellas. Training camp is everything. Man.
Sure.
We will find out indefinitely where the chips may fall.
It might even be Chief Who from Wednesday. Nick, if you had shown up, you'd know. Keontae Ingram.
Wow.
The former Arizona Cardinal that didn't really get an opportunity. Came in late last year. He's got some juice. He's got some wiggle. So
he do.
What was that?
You might get the steal.
Go ahead and ask some of these questions for these guys.
Yeah, according to Mr. Anonymous, and Nate Taylor did say this, that they weren't interested in bringing him back, but he still wants to play and he's awaiting offers. So again, this could be a September-October pickup if he doesn't sign.
Right.
Ruben thinks it's going to be the Saints because they sign a lot of Chiefs players. I can't disagree with that whatsoever. And Anonymous, it has to be the Saints, just to set up the story of the three-peat, beating the Saints week 1 and winning the Super Bowl on the Saints ground on the final week of the season. That makes sense. You start with New Orleans and you end with New Orleans. I like that theory quite a bit, actually.
They work the story in reverse. Absolutely.
Plus, I want to see Carr lose an Arrowhead again, so that make it even better for me.
Yeah, I think Wednesday I mentioned that might be the only
big brain on bread.
That might be the only matchup that would bring the ratings number down.
Think so?
Yeah, I get the Saints aren't exactly the sexiest option here.
You know what? The Saints, guys, we need a thrill game. Somebody is going to give the fans what they want. We need a spark. A game's going to give you that spark. The Chargers is cool. We need a game-changing game for the season, man. Let's start the season off right. Arizona Cardinals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm booking that game right there off the rip. McDuffie versus Marvin Harrison Jr. McDuffie versus Marvin. Hey, come on.
When is this going to happen?
What you mean when? Week 1. First game of the season. Why not?
They're not on the schedule.
They're not on the schedule this year, dude. You're channeling for 2 weeks in a row.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
Look at that mugshot. Look at that mugshot. It's a thing of
Kareem with the Freudian slip in there. Come on now, Kareem.
It's all good, Kareem. It's all good. All good. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right.
But what game, guys? What game is actually going to entertain the fans though? Week 1 got to be a spectacle. It got to be a game to where everybody be like, okay, all right, game on. Season has officially started.
Yeah, the other networks they're the ones that are like bidding for these. So you'd love to see Baltimore. You'd love to see Cincinnati.
They got a great home schedule. They get to all the top teams. They only have to go to Buffalo. Which is probably the hardest game on the schedule. They go to the Niners.
Who says the Niners?
Is the toughest? Well, the Niners is an away game, so it won't be first. But yeah, that's probably. Well, I personally don't think the Niners are going to be as good next year as they were last year. I think there's too much turmoil in that organization right now. So yeah, I don't see that. But
I just want a game that's going to be like
Saints make the most sense to preserve, CBS and ESPN and NBC.
The Saints, really?
Well, I think
we said that about the Lions.
You got to bring in Barker.
But the Lions had more of an upside than the Saints.
Prominence. He got paid. They at least have some star power on that team.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest, but if you're looking NFC, I think that would be much better than the Saints.
Go ahead and see yourself out. All right.
Let's do this. But the schedule comes out Wednesday. So on Monday's show, we will make our predictions.
Past that, like you didn't just say what you just said.
Yeah, Kareem, go ahead and leave yourself.
So Ruben says the Eagles. He says the Eagles versus the Chiefs.
Okay.
No.
So what you about to say, Nick? Go ahead.
No, I think for Monday's show, provided the NFL hasn't sent out the opening night game yet, we should have a contest between the 4 of us. So we'll come up with something over the weekend, and the correct answer gets something from the 3 of you, and the wrong answer we just pay up. So it's a 1-win all. So 3 things you have to put. We each have to put something up.
Yeah.
If we lose, and we have to surrender that to the winner.
Potential
if there is a tie,
3 suckers of the week.
If there is a tie, then we will take it to a vote from the Chiefs Blitz people. They will decide the winner.
Okay.
So it'll be a popularity contest at that point.
So we trying to see who's going to get the game, the first week of the game, right? Correct.
Yeah, who the first opponent is going to be, provided the NFL has not released the schedule early. If they have, then the game's off.
Y'all gunning for Chuck, man.
Yeah. I don't know if I wouldn't put my Chucky doll up. That thing's too valuable.
Oh, no, I got something for you. I put up some Magical Crunch.
What? Man, play, man. Play the little button, man. I want some Magical Crunch. That's not even Wheaties. That ain't even Wheaties. Magical Crunch. Like, what the dang Magical Crunch.
That's what you get. I give you something, man. But again, or you can get, what ease the mind for me.
He said Magical Crunch. Okay.
There it is.
A Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube.
Can't solve that.
Never been solved.
Or you can get the
never been solved.
My son, wherever this is.
I'm just not going there.
Is that made for YouTube?
I think we just crossed the line.
You may have to get a brazier.
He said whatever this is. I don't know wherever this is. I don't know what it is. But I don't know, guys. I don't know.
He brought it
props to Kelly for keeping us in line. Do you think they're going to keep all 4 tight ends on the roster?
Yes.
They'll keep 4. I just don't think it's going to be the 4 that most people think. That's just me.
Right. So who will be your 4 off the bat? Who will be your 4?
Kelsey, Wiley, Irv Smith Jr., and
Uh-oh.
See, Nick's just trying to make something up here to avoid saying who the true number 2 tight end on this team is.
I think Noah's got a chance. I think Noah's got a chance.
Your friend and mine, 50 Shades of Grey.
He's got a chance. He would be the 4th tight end, in my opinion.
He's in 4th. Lou, how you feel about that, Lou?
How you feel, Lou?
You know exactly how I feel about that. He's number 2 until anybody proves me wrong.
Wiley is going to be a double-digit touchdown receiver this year.
I don't know. 50 Shades might be. I don't know. We'll see in training camp. We'll see
from the OBJ cup that coach is drinking from. Okay. Are we predicting a Travis Kelce no show or
I just think they're going to use Travis Kelce less this year.
I think Wally's going to be a big part of this.
I think Wally's going to be a really
over 50 Shades. You talking about Wally over 50 Shades?
He may very well be, but predicting double-digit tight ends for a guy.
I think honestly, seriously, I think he's 5, 6, 7 range. Okay, I really do.
So no Shades
because he's such a mismatch.
He is 6, 7.
He's got amazing skills.
He's got
every opportunity.
Put him in the Hall of Fame. Huh? I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame just yet.
Well, you guys did that on draft weekend. I mean, I don't know. I had him in my second to last Chiefs mock, and I didn't hear boo. Nobody said a word. They're like, who's that guy?
Because we didn't do our homework, Lou.
Here's put everybody in the Hall of Fame. Hey, Bo put everybody in the Hall of Fame. Let him tell it. Everybody put the Chiefs in the Hall of Fame.
We didn't do the homework, man. That's what we have you for.
Hence has the chalk out. He's marking up the jacket. Come on, now.
I'm like the guy in class who looks over at the guy to the left of me to see what the answer is. So I don't want to have to do
I agree with that, Nick. I agree with that one. I agree, just to make sure I ain't slipping.
No. Once we saw the footage and the film, and you got to see different angles, and you look at the kid and go, "There's definitely a roadmap there where he could be someday the successor for Travis."
Yes,
it's possible.
He definitely has the body.
I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame.
Everything is there. Yes,
he's
got that in him.
And let's hope he doesn't spend his offseason in Dallas, and we'll be in good shape. There we go.
Well,
Kelly, I was really starting to like your post until you said "and Gray." Come on, like he's an afterthought.
He's rocking it today.
What is
Lou is a homer. Lou believes in 50 Shades, man. You can't
distaste for 83, man. He does nothing but produce when he gets a chance.
Did he get an equal opportunity though, Lou? You think 50 Shades got an equal opportunity?
I know what it is, Drake.
What is it?
Dre, Lou seen Noah Gray, and he was like,
and she showed me the movies, and I like them too.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again. We're gonna see though, Lou. We're gonna see Lou. We're gonna see Lou. Training camp is everything. We're gonna see can 50 Shades.
It's gonna be a fun training camp. I'm telling you that right now. This is gonna be
a lot of competition in the tight end room for 2, 3, and 4. A lot of competition, obviously, at wide receiver. No question there.
Right.
The corners.
All right. Before we close out, let's.
Who's gonna be your surprise cut?
Oh, surprise cut?
Worthy.
Wow.
What?
Oh, shut up. Put him in jail. Oh, my goodness.
Y'all faces is funny. Boy, I was like,
no. I would say on the offensive side,
pick which kid you're
I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think CEH would be the surprise cut, considering they re-signed him. And on the defensive side, Derek Nottie.
Derek Nottie?
Yeah.
My surprise cut will be I would go with CH. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Ruben said Reed.
Just Reed.
Nah, I can't see that. Ruben, I can't see that.
Wow, Ruben, you really got him, man. This two-time Super Bowl starter.
Oh, it could
See, I
be.
don't know how surprising Sky would be as a cut. We don't think he's going to get cut, but if he did, it wouldn't be like a shocker.
Sam says CH.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe.
Before that comment, let's get him back in here, guys.
You get a lot of mileage out of this, man.
He said you get a lot of mileage.
You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well,
Hey, I'm listening. Training can't tell me everything, guys. Come on now.
I would say that if I get one, I'm going to say, and I would hate to see it happen, but Justin Watson, I think maybe at least on this show we overrate him a little bit.
Justin been so consistent though. Like, why would you cut a guy's been consistent?
Yeah, he's good. He's clutch.
He's been consistent. Now
he doesn't catch a lot of balls, but the passes he catches are pretty key situations.
If the guys in that room that we think are going to step up,
That's true.
It's going to be awfully difficult to keep him just as that guy. Now, again, it's a surprise cut. That's why I'm saying I don't want to see it happen, but it would. That would be my shocker right there. Justin Watson.
Miles would be, if they, if it has to come down to it, it has to be one of the wide receivers like Tony or somebody like that, or seeing a guy like that much talent get released. You know what I mean? But
who are you picking?
Who are you picking, man?
I'll pick Kadarius Toney. That'd be a surprise.
Tony.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise, but I can see that.
It wouldn't be a surprise because he's so very, very inconsistent. So
it would be a surprise based on how Brett Veach and Andy Reid feel about him. That would be the surprise.
Yeah, that would be all on him.
Yeah,
he would cut himself. He would have to cut himself.
I do want to talk about it before we go because we've been asked a lot about the Rashee Rice thing, and if you notice at ChiefsBlitz.com, I don't put a lot of stuff up there about stuff that I can't prove to be true. The latest incident seems to have a lot of holes in it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You even had the owner today of the restaurant come out and say, "Hey, he was great," and video of the alleged person who's making the accusation walking around in front just fine. I have to. I've been doing this a long time, guys. There is nothing I haven't seen. There's nothing I haven't heard. And I could write a book someday. At the end of the day, these guys are targets, and no one is more of a target right now in the Dallas community than Rashee Rice. So my advice to Mr. Rice, if he's listening to the show, just go to Kansas City, focus on this, focus on your work, stay away from some of the guys that are putting you in harm's way. And it's time for you to say, I got a responsibility to make myself better, and I got a responsibility to my teammates.
Absolutely.
Everybody I've talked to, and I've talked to a lot of people about Rashee Rice, they all say the same thing. He's a good kid. He's maybe having a little hard time with the success. And I quipped at somebody today who I had this conversation with, it seems like the success that he's had is a little difficult. And if he'd have caught the game-winning Super Bowl on that first down pass with 10 seconds to go, we don't know what we're dealing with here. But
Hartman caught the ball.
This is a good kid who needs some help right now. But don't believe everything you read, because in most instances, it's not true. So we wish the kid well. The Chiefs obviously want him. They like him. They want him on this roster. They're going to help him, but he's also got to help himself. That's all I'm going to say on the topic. But let's not convict guys or say they're going to be suspended for the year or he's not going to be on the team until we have all the facts, because it's just a bunch of worthless noise. And honestly, we're better than that.
Every time something comes out, it's different.
Yeah.
So that tells you that no one really knows, that it's all speculation, and you hope it's not completely made up, but it certainly sounds like it could be. So and the Dallas media is much larger and more intense than it would be in Kansas City, to Nick's point. And just from a personal perspective from him, and in his career path and career ascension, even if this stuff hadn't happened, being around Patrick, being around the team is going to be the best place for him.
It's the best place.
And if you're going to be in Dallas, hang out with Patrick, that crew that's working out together, and do what you got to do. But just make make better decisions because again, it's the microscope is there and the shine is on.
Yeah.
Just
next man.
Everybody know where I stand with the situation.
Next
man. I believe in you, kid.
Look at that.
We can't see it clearly, sir. We can't see it clearly, sir. I see a Chiefs helmet.
I see Rasheed Rice. I believe in you, kid. I believe in you. I hope.
I do too. I think they need him. I think they want him.
Hope everything turns
I love the love, God. I love y'all. Everybody showing them love. Like, hey.
But if it is true, if allegations come out, and we all wrong,
we'll say it. But we don't know anything yet. We don't know. It just seems weird, and it just doesn't. Yeah. Like I said, I've seen everything. There's nothing I haven't seen. Nothing.
Talk to him, Nick.
Does not pass the BS.
It's not going up the stairway properly.
Yep.
There's some steps missing here.
Isolate and train. Stay home.
Same thing with the car incident. We didn't have all the facts. Once we did, we were the first to say, "What are you doing? Why is this happening? Now, is there a bigger problem?" Yeah. I just, again, don't judge the kid based on what somebody alleges. There's no charges been filed. We can't convict these athletes for doing things when they haven't been convicted of a crime. And in a lot of these cases, as we've seen in other sports, there's been accusations that have caused athletes to miss a year or two just dealing with this madness. And it all ended up being false. So listen, if you don't like what Rice is doing, that's great. We don't care for what he's doing either. But at the end of the day, he's still a young kid. I'm not defending his actions, but I just watch all this stuff on social media, and just to throw him to the curb after 1 year and him having a little hard time accepting all that's come his way with the fame and the success in a very short period of time, and knowing without him, they probably don't win the Super Bowl. Just take a deep breath, give the kid a chance. Let's see how it all plays out. Yeah. Clark Hunt, Andy Reid, Mark Donovan, Brett Veach will do the right thing for the franchise. And right now they need to make sure that he's in the best place possible and help him in any way they can, as long as he's willing to help himself.
Man, next man.
Yeah.
Let the guys.
Well, you can't say next man up.
I get it. I really do get it. But we seen this trail. We seen this back every year, man, with these young guys. Man, come on, man. Don't everybody talking about, well, he need to be around this and around that. To me, it's like this. You get money. You get this type of money. And again, I get it. They're young. You get this amount of money. Depends on where you come from. I get that. Yep. But you cannot tell me they don't see other players before they get their money. They're not like watching other players, man. It's like, it's crazy.
Oh,
like we see this all the time. It's like, no, you're a grown man. You're
a grown man. You're right.
Responsible.
No, you're right.
And be responsible.
Be responsible. And he has not been.
So what you saying, Dre, is if he got his money, he shouldn't been up in that club when he got these other charges against him. Correct. He shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah, stay out the way.
Whether he got money or not.
It's irrelevant. I mean,
out the way.
Again. Yeah. You got the club owner saying that he didn't think anything happened. He was only there 30 minutes. He had an engagement with Rice. The video shows the guy outside seemed to be unharmed and walking back and forth. If he was actually assaulted, allegedly, where's the proof? Where are the cops? Did the cops show up? None of that stuff happened. So again, these guys are targets. I've seen far worse stuff that's never been reported that some of these athletes have gone through. And this is the target. This is the flavor. The Chiefs are the most popular a team in the National Football League, one of the top 5 in the world as far as popularity goes.
Right.
Any negative press that can be thrown their way, that's exactly what's going to happen. So they have to be bigger and better. And Rice, my advice to you, kid, just get it together. Understand your opportunity for history to be on one of the greatest teams of all time. You got drafted by the right team. You get to play with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And I know these are your buddies, but sometimes you just kind of break away for a bit and do what you got to do. It's work time. It's work time. It's
working your craft. Absolutely. Working your craft.
That's it. My speech is over. We wish the kid well.
As far as
much as we can.
What you were saying, Luke, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as far as on the field goes, I don't think the pursuit of Zay Jones really has much to do with Rasheed. So, I mean, I know a lot of people are taking that angle. Well, they know he's not going to play. They're going after this guy. I think they're going after this guy is one, that he's a vet that's available and he can provide some juice and some leadership to that room. So for those thinking that, reading the tea leaves, if you would, I don't think that has anything to do with it. So let's see what happens with that. Hopefully they are able to come to an agreement and let the chips fall where they may. There are a lot of guys that are in that room, but again, there's 3 or 4 of them that really need to step up or they won't play. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
Man. Let's get into our sponsor before we close out.
Let's talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. He is part of the SunWest Real Estate Advisors team in Kansas City. If you're looking for somebody you can trust to get you the process of A, buying a house, or B, selling a house, there's no one better in Kansas City to take care of you than Eric Haynes. And I'm going to tell you why. He took care of me and Emily. We got our house. It was a lengthy process. Maybe someday I'll write a book about all that too. It's very difficult these days to buy or sell a house. You got to have someone who understands all the rules, all the regulations, is able to negotiate against the opposing counsel, the other realtor, to make sure that you get what you want for your family. And that's what Eric Haynes and his group did for me. So give him a call at 816-729-3785 or email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief.
Ooh, that's right. You can also find him on Twitter at Eric Haynes.
All right, here we go. Let me give a shout out to Ruben Sam. Let's see, guys. Ruben Sam. What's the Kelly? What's going on? I think Kelly knew.
Part of the show today.
Big part of the show, man. And he asked some beautiful questions, didn't he? Yes, he did. Maryland, what's going on, Maryland? Let me see. Kelly, Ruben, Maryland. Let's see.
Bingus Bonger.
Kareem. How can I forget about Kareem? Yeah, the guy that voted me in the sucker of the week. Oh man, let's see.
He finally got his package delivered. It only took a month.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Gary too, man. Gary.
I guess so. They must use Pony Express.
And Chief Pete, the Chief Pete.
There we go.
Omar, what's going on? What's going on, guy? Harry Mills, what's going on? Harry Mills.
Harry was rocking it today. Good questions, Harry. Appreciate that.
Yes, he was. All right, guys. That's about it, guys. So keep it coming, guys. Keep the love coming.
Also, I want to give a shout out to
the first to do it.
You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be.
The first to do it, man. The first to be. Hey, I'm the first.
That's right.
We'll be back Monday with an awesome.
You're not first, you're last.
Man, talk about it.
We'll be also keep an eye out on the social media for any latest news that you might need. Please continue to subscribe away. And also thank you guys for keeping us afloat on YouTube. Our numbers are jumping and skyrocketing. So with that said, man, we'll see you guys Monday at noon. Have a great weekend. And as always, a Red Friday if it ain't football. So let's go.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Take care.
Let's go.
Yeah, guys.